Happy Sunday. Hope everyone's doing well today. Oh no. There we go. Sorry about that. I don't understand how people like farm the fucking cultists, bro. I know I said that yesterday, but like it just doesn't make any sense to me. It's hard as fuck to see them. The second you kill one of them, one of the other one is in the shadows fucking magnum you. I don't understand it. I can't sit back and pick them up on my fleer or stop or a reap with nods. I can't I can't see them at range. Like I don't understand how you're supposed to kill them. I honestly do not understand.
Чики-брики, пальчик выйди.
What is shooting from over there, right? Heard them run on metal. Is it a squad? Hmm. I fixed my bed like 30 minutes ago and Benye's already messed it up. Her blanket is in the floor and she's underneath the fucking blanket. So great. Сука, ёбаный нашего. Go.
Ну чё, попадос вам тут всем, залетные? Нормас, нормас. Охуенно сейчас поживимся.
I'll be right back. Yeah, that was quick. That was quick. Where am I? Okay. I didn't replace PKs. Didn't even check them. Skill issue. I don't really know what that light looks like to somebody with nods on. Why is it dropping it like that? All stupid. Guess we'll just have to fucking do what we've been doing. Haven't heard any gunshots yet. Maybe you just have to find one cultist, kill them, run away, and then they push you. I don't know. I haven't watched a lot of I haven't watched somebody hunt the cultists since it was probably 2 years ago when I was watching Deadly Slob. Like, that's the last time I watched somebody hunt cultists. So I don't know how they act or react or, like, where they spawn more times than not. Right, where's guard? How dark is it? They shouldn't be able to see me. And since Thurman's up, there aren't any cultists. Pretty sure that still exists. I wonder if he killed a player or a scav. He really likes to murder the homies. Oh, fuck, 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 fuck. Something's walking on the outside of this building. Something's over here. Somewhere. There he is. Sick. Something's up there and was shooting at me. Fuck, I can't use that. Suck my balls, Sturman. He's like right here. No? I love being shot at through buildings by AI at night. It's so great. It's so fucking realistic, Nikita. Tremendous job, brother. Slept him. GG's, boys. What you got in here, brother? PP? The PP, brother. Don't at me. I did not say that.
Вот он!
I definitely did not say that, fellas. Oh man, it is what it is. I'll never recover from this. Oh, yes. Don't you just fucking love it? 403 hours, 99 raids. Level 18, but he's wearing fucking 800,000 rubles worth of gear. At least. So great, right? He's just better, guys. Evidently. My kid will be on eBay in 30 minutes. These things are going for way too much fucking money now. You've got to trade what you call it for them. SAS drive. Oh, they're not too bad. They were up to 500k yesterday. All right. Uh, let's just use these instead, so we can put them all in this one little area. Those are cheap. All right, I need to feed and water this guy. Get some water. Water. So, disassemble this guy. every fucking day, bro. Go hole in the head. You gotta love when all the bullets hit you in the same spot in the body. And it's not your fucking leg. Or chest. Right. Universe. It's getting harder and harder to tell. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to let go. Right, there's someone with an SMG in here. Sounded like an MP7. Hello, friend. There's a PMC somewhere on the other side of the factory. Let me keep that as well. Those vendor for or those flee for good money, I believe. Still, check. Where am I going? Let's go to a daytime lighthouse raid. Why not? I'll be back. Hell yeah, brother. Loot house. I like dirt. Stop. She needs to go to the vet tomorrow. She is not faring very well past few days. She had a rough night last night. Yay! I don't even know what gun that is, brother. 3. 3 loose grizzlies. Oh. I didn't insure my kit. Everybody needs a little tank battery in their life, right? Wrong. They're only worth like 200K right now. Since the event is over, you can't barter them for fucking labs cards. They're fucking useless. We have not heard any gunshots yet. My body is lagging. I drank too much too fast, fellas. And yay, please stop. Right. He made absolutely no fucking noise that entire goddamn time, bro. Not a fucking peep. He's just better, guys. In his 638 hours it took to get to level 40 fucking 3. He's just fucking better. Bro is on his second wipe. He's just better. He has learned in his time in Tarkov how to not make sound with his fucking feet. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible, guys. Tremendous, even. Get like 5 of these. I don't know if 7U4 is good ammo. Ballistics. 9x21. 7U4. Ugh. The dance of the dead, the dance of the dead, the dance of the dead. God damn it. I wish my character didn't make any fucking noise. That's crazy. Tremendous. I love getting no audio. Oh, fuck me, dude. This might end up being a short stream, but stop. This might end up being a short stream.
all your ammo. Hey. You're a fucking bitch! Why are you running? What the hell?
Brother, the only pussy here is your mother. Come on now.
Why are you running? Why are you running like that? Why are you scared?
Stop! Bro's running around in level 3 armor with a fucking AVT. Gotta love it, right? Never trust anybody that is too talkative. Ever. Let's use this instead. I might just call it there, actually. I don't know, dude. This is fucking stupid. I didn't get hardly any of my nods back. If they are overly talkative, they are probably not legitimate experience. Da, 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 da. Who? Right. We have one, I think. Yep. There. Works for me. All right. Oh, I don't know if I want to play this game today. Wow.
Being hunted by a first world military is going to be certainly much more problematic than many of the scenarios that we're going to be presenting in this entire series. The question might be asked, why is this information necessary? Why is it pertinent? Well, I would very much so hope that this information never becomes necessary and pertinent, but it's important to be prepared. The United States has a long history
Absolutely.
of prepared citizens.
28 minutes. Hold on, let's go for 4. Alright, chat. I think this is going to be my last raid of today. These have not been good raids today. I am honestly not feeling it any longer. I started off optimistic. I am no longer optimistic. If the dot shows up, you should be able to pick it up, brother. Come on, Nikita. RT46-M. Not bad ammo. Not great ammo, but not bad ammo. I will take... Alright, we're gonna head toward Path to Shoreline after this. Work on getting out of this raid. I want this body armor repair kit. I don't know why. They're not super expensive right now, I don't think, but ooh, SAS drive go brrr. Let me put that on.
Ну чё, попадос вам тут всем.
Salut. I'm kind of upset about last raid, mostly because I had two CPU fans, and I would like to take those out of raid for a quest that I haven't completed yet. It's fine though. I've only had the quest for 4 months. It's fine. It's all gonna be fine. Oh man. I barely ever see CPU fans. You basically have to exclusively go to interchange or reserve. at extract, but I still want to keep my splint for now at least. Alright. I have decided to do one more PMC raid at least. At least one more PMC raid. Which basically means I'm gonna change servers and see how it goes. You should be able to drink and eat items off of the ground. You should also be able to use medical equipment off the ground. Like, pick up and use should be a menu. It should obviously default to pick up so that you can just run up to something and pick it up and then move, but like, if I'm picking up a drink, like, I want to be able to immediately use it, I think that should be a mechanic in the game for sure. For sure. Alright. We change the servers. How to evade a first world military thermodrome. Okay, how's it going, brother? How are you doing today? Coming aboard if it's all good? Oh, it's always good for you, brother.
The War of Independence was won because men like you
Assuredly.
were prepared and ready to fight. Warfare has changed a lot. It isn't what it used to be. And what specifically has evolved a ton is surveillance technology, specifically through drones. First world militaries possess extremely sophisticated technology, both cameras, sensors like thermal, and of course night vision technologies. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to evade a first world military and their most advanced drones. We have some of the more advanced drones out here with us today.
I really like these videos that he does.
And we're going to be talking about
because they would be efficient if America was ever invaded. They would be helpful, if not life-saving.
Tactics, techniques, and procedures that you can do to minimize your chance of being detected or to be able to lose a drone, or what to do when you are being tracked by what we like to call the Eye of Sauron. But of course,
the Eye of Sauron.
To keep this content free, we have the Sonoran Desert Institute. They keep this content free. They had a plausible scenario.
Alrighty. This is Kit. I need bullets. Life. Ah, fuck it. Alright, Lighthouse has not been good today. To me, Woods has not been good today. Interchange has not been good today. Those are my 3 favorite maps. Kinda sucks balls. We're gonna go to Shoreline after I watch a little bit of this video. After we're communists now. Us. For the motherland.
Correct. It's very plausible.
Damn, not the best day on Tarky, huh? Nah, it hasn't been a great day.
And being where we are out here in the mountains,
How's it been? You're fantastic. I'm glad to hear that, brother. Just relaxing a bit after working, helping move your stepdad's furniture. He's moving to a new place and he offered to pay, so I said, fuck it. Hell yeah, brother. You loaded up this game last night and you haven't played this game in about an entire month. It's like your character got wiped. You don't know what happened, but you're reset back to level 1. I don't know, bro. That is
having a smaller
quite odd.
transfer, I know you can set this guy up in 4 minutes.
That is concerning, to say the least.
By a smaller team, so this is cool tech.
Absolutely. This is recce teams. This is their dream, and you can pack this in, and it's hard to run from.
Well, we're certainly going to try. So, guys, we've introduced you to the drone. This is current tech. We're going to go back. We're going to get our scenario going. We're going to hunt.
My last interchange raid was very odd. Dude just like chased after me without any regard for his surroundings and fucking shot me in the head. You'd have been pissed if you had been playing every day, but you were about level 25, so oh well. You'll probably wait till wipe to play again at this point. Well, if you're gonna wait till wipe and you want to play Tarkov and you don't want to deal with people, you might as well do PvE. While it's not the same as PvP Tarkov, it is Tarkov. And there are lots of things to be learned from it, especially when fighting the AI. Yeah, it wasn't great. It was not great. Pretty sure our first raid we got one tapped in the head after we killed Sturman and all of his guards. And then I went to open his stash and I got one tapped in the head by some dude.
Drone is now in the air, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to set the scenario.
Not ideal.
A bad position right now. We are actively
not ideal.
We are in a conflict with a first world military, whatever that might be. This might seem improbable, however, people throughout the world have found themselves in this situation time and time again. Don't discount it. So let's go and let's pay attention. Let's talk about the first thing that we want to talk about, which is
Grantham's great. Add chat.
Being observed by a drone. There are 3 general ways we can know we're being observed by a drone. Some of them seem pretty simple. The first one is, obviously, if you are someone who has some type of technology, such as an ATAC device like we showed in the beginning, that can show a drone feed, you know you're probably being watched. 2, if you are causing a lot of trouble, you are likely going to be observed by a drone, especially if you're striking larger targets, supply convoys, special operations teams, large battalions, things that have these assets in place. You have to understand that for the typical military organization, they will typically have their own organic, what we call assets, which means they have these drones that they can launch and spy and get surveillance with. So assume you're being monitored there. So essentially, if you're enough of a nuisance or you're attacking somebody that's large enough, you're going to be observed by a drone. And then 3, the best way to do it is if you're fighting a military that is technologically superior enough, you're going to assume that you're always being observed by a drone. So kind of like firearms, right? Firearms always loaded. The drone is always watching. The eye of Sauron is always on you. So we should always practice TTPs that are designed to defeat drones. And funny enough, a lot of them are just your basic evasion techniques. A little bit of tweaking here and there. Let's go ahead, let's get into it. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and set the scenario. So we are fighting a first world military, and we are in a bad position right here. We just got through an ambush, we won, but the problem is we know that they know the last known location of where they are. We are now in an evasion posture. That means we need to get out of this area immediately. This is bad. We got a road right over there. You can see it just curving. This is a bad situation. I'm right here on a river. This is what we call lines of communication. These are major areas that people are going to be moving through I need to get out of the area. So the very first thing that we're going to do once we get into that evasion posture in
That aircraft looks terrifying. Better luck now that you're here. Yeah, let's hope so, brother. Let's hope so.
these types of scenarios, we're going to do what's called our initial movement.
I like this guy's videos, especially the ones that are like this.
Getting as far as possible from that site of contact.
While his gun reviews and stuff like that are funny and fun to watch, these are actually helpful in more ways than one. You know, you're not just learning about a weapon, or you're not just learning about ammunition, you're learning about other things that may help you in the long run for your survival. He is ex-military. Yes. Yes, he is. That aircraft looks terrifying, yet drones are scary. Drones are fucking scary. Especially good drones.
Where you were last seen. Because how a search party works, even with a drone,
I can't
to that last known location. Let's say the drone loses you.
I can't recall if he's ex-special forces or what. Let's look it up. I misspelled that. Let's see. Name is Mike. He is 37, 38. Nobody cares about his fucking... His sign is the Ram. Aries. Get off it. Yada, 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 yada. That did not tell me what I wanted to know. Former Air Source TAC P and a popular content creator. What is Granthum's military background? Former U.S. Marine with background in infantry and combat marksmanship. He served in the military for several years before transitioning to a career in firearms and gear reviews on YouTube. This was written by Gary, who is U.S. Army OIF vet who served in Iraq from 07 to 08. I somehow don't know if he was actually a Marine. Doesn't sound right. Does not sound right. Is Grantham a veteran? In the Air Force, Mike served as a member of the Air Force Special Warfare as a tactical air control party aligned with conventional special ops forces and Tier 1 combat maneuver optics. He lives in Idaho. He's got them potatoes, dog.
You never know if it loses you or not.
Hey,
send that search party to that last known location.
I hear you.
Circular search patterns out until they find your tracks. So we need to put as much time, distance, and terrain between us and this position as possible.
So he did work with special forces in the Air Force? Yes, likely.
Mountains, hills.
He's done a lot of...
You're gonna sprint until you...
So, besides his combat career and his military career, he has done a lot post-career.
You're going to run until you can't run. You're going to walk, and then you're going to crawl into a little hide site underneath a tree, underneath a rock, and you're going to...
But I'm pretty sure he was deployed. I'm pretty sure he's a GWAT veteran. Veteran.
Assess your situation in that initial hide site. But the first thing we need to do is we need to go ahead and do our initial movement. Let's get the hell out of here.
This dude's lit. He's pretty great. Beignet. Come here.
So as I'm going in this initial movement, I'm just booking it through all this. I'm
Good
moving as quick as
girl.
possible. I'm finding the shittiest terrain. I'm going. And let's keep moving. Let's get as many miles as possible.
He said miles. Realize that. He said it in miles.
Just work on getting that distance. All right, we've got a couple miles. I see a good little initial hide site here.
I don't know if you've watched a lot of the videos of the war in Ukraine, but like there are lots of videos of guys running and hiding. Hey, easy. Guys running and hiding, and then the martyrdom drone just fucking dropping down into them and fucking killing them in their hiding spots. It's quite depressing to watch. I'm not gonna lie. It's very sad. It is very fucking sad. It's like they're running for their lives. They find a spot that they think is a great spot, and the drone was following them the entire time, and they just fucking drop a nade on them, and they fucking die right there. It's so goddamn sad. It really makes you consider how well you will do against these sorts of adversaries if such a war were to come stateside. It really is a bit nerve-wracking to know that things such as this exist and to watch it occur to people in other countries, and to know that that could very easily be used here in America is it's definitely something to behold and something to think about and something to consider. A lot of people on X, speaking of X, they're like, oh, this, but like at the same time, they don't have any way to combat such things.
So I'm living with the funnel spiders. Now here's the thing. Initial hide sites are never perfect, but they're good enough. So when we're hiding from a thermal drone...
It's wild what's going on in war now. Absolutely. It's insane.
So right here, what we have is these...
It's like they have kamikaze World War II planes again, but without the risk of people's lives. Exactly. That's exactly what they are.
And I see its movement, and I'm mostly covered. I can disappear right into it, just like you're seeing on this thermal footage. Now, when I move, I can be pointed out, but this can give me a little bit of a reprieve and a rest after a miles of initial movement. So here's one example that we have right here. We're going to go ahead and move up and show you one more example, and we're going to talk about what we need to do in our initial hide site.
He's making all kinds of noises. It's the greatest.
So this is the initial hide site that I've chosen right here. Now, a couple things that I'm looking for, like we talked about before. I want to get as much overhead cover as I can. So if Mike, if you pan to the trees right over there behind us, you can see any type of...
So in this situation, why not use a thermal blanket? You know what I mean?
Overhead cover is going to be very good for us. And the reason for that is for these larger drones that we're evading right now. They're going to be moving in an orbit around you. Now, it depends on their size, how big that orbit is. But the reason they do that is to get different angles. But it's easy for them to lose you as you're moving through thicker environments. Now, a couple of things that we want to talk about right here. We also have to worry about other
Some
people.
good camo.
So obviously, we're going to be
Absolutely.
at this point. We just killed 2 of their men. That means 100% they are after us. So another concern is still going to be our personal camouflage and moving quietly, moving like we're hunting, moving like we're being hunted by the deadliest animal on the planet, a human being. Now, let's talk a little bit
The
about
deadliest
drones
animal
with that.
on the planet.
So we're talking about drones right now.
The human
You can't
being.
even see or hear. These drones that we're talking about can be well above 10,000 feet. Taking a look at you, their optical sensors are that
Wow.
good. And you're never going to know that they're there. So again, we're always going to assume that we're being watched. A couple other things we need to think about is the type of drone that they're using. So if we have lower flying drones, smaller drones that are not as high that you can maybe spot, that lets you know that they're probably quite close. Those smaller drones don't have a huge range, especially out here in the mountains where signals are tough to come by, where all those radio signals are bouncing around. It's just hard for the drone to get that signal back to their guy. You know they're fairly close to you. FPV drones, same thing. They're going to be relatively close. And for FPVs, what we mean by that is these are extremely fast drones with munitions on them that are piloted through a first-person view. They're extremely deadly. They're little kamikaze drones. In thickets like this right here, it's very difficult for those things to maneuver through. They can, but your chance of being struck is significantly less in a dense thicket of forest than it is in the open. The open is a death sentence when it comes to drones.
Predator smeared his
So we
body.
talked about
When
different drones like the
Arnold
desert,
smeared his body
tundra,
with
and the snow.
blood,
Thermal sensors are so good
and it hides his
they
heat
can
from the
detect
thermal vision.
footprints
Yeah,
in the snow
exactly.
due to the heat from your boot, due to how the snow crushes and melts and creates a temperature differential. They can track you that way. In the sand of the desert, not as much, but the problem with the desert, as you know, is going to be
Cover.
how open it is. So in the desert, try to get to large rocky areas where you're able to conceal in with a thermal signature of those rocks. And in the snow, get down into the tree line as quickly as possible. If you're fighting in the tundra for whatever reason, there's other TTPs or probably some type of national military, and it's going to be a little bit different. But right here, we're in our thicket, we're in initial hide site, so we need to take stock. What do we need to do? First thing I like to do in these situations, I like to do a quick just check, make sure I'm okay. Do a quick blood sweep, right? Reaching under my kit, just making sure during the firefight, during the time I was running, maybe they dropped some explosives near me. There's no blood, so I'm checking for blood, making sure I'm okay. Okay, I don't have any immediate medical needs. That's going to be important. Do I need to drink some water? Do I need to make sure I'm keeping myself alive? Take those moments to pause. You need to make sure that you're getting that sustenance. If you don't have water, we'll talk about that, but you should have water on you at the very beginning. Now, other things to think about. If you're fighting a first world military,
Water.
electronic signals will get you killed. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to, one, kill my radio, make sure that's off. Might even disconnect the battery. There are certain radios, even when they're off, they're still going to be transmitting signals. So for safety, if you don't have a military type radio, get that bitch all the way off. Cell phones, never have those on. Even when you turn off a cell phone, it can still transmit, it can still be pinged. So there are phones that have complete disconnects, but you need to either disconnect the battery or put it in some type of Faraday bag that prevents all signals from getting out. Otherwise, if they have like a rivet joint up there or some other type of aircraft that can harness electromagnetic signals.
You're sure a lot of the times when you get shot, you don't even realize it? Yeah, it is.
If you're working with any type of competent military force, any type of irregular force,
Especially when your adrenaline's pumping, like you very easily could get hit by shrap or what have it, something small, and not realize it.
So what that means is I'm only going to transmit on certain timelines. So, for example, today I am now evading. A part of my evasion posture.
It definitely is not.
Command element is going to know that when I go into evasion, if they don't hear from me, that I'm going to be transmitting at the 45 of each hour for 5 minutes if I can. That is
Great.
my evasion type of communication, very short bursts, and then
It's all these little things that add up that people just don't realize.
moving immediately after.
I'll be back. I gotta
That's the
piss.
time when you're probably at your most vulnerable, because to get a signal, oftentimes you have to see sky. It can become rough. So think about those communication things. Now, what we're doing for the right now is we can improve our personal camouflage. So the first thing we're going to improve is going to be my face camouflage. As you're running, as you're sweating, as good as your camouflage was initially, it's probably going to begin to wear off. Yeah, you can see lots of my skin. So what I want to do is I want to reapply my face paint as much as possible. As you can see, I have a mirror here so I can see what I look like. A lot of people will wear some type of face covering to cover most of their face. That is a good option as well. Just depends on what your style is. Are you more admin results or are you more grand thumb? Now, besides your face, any type of skin that's open, you need to have camouflage. So, for example, it is super hot. I don't want to sweat too badly because water's a hard commodity to come by. So I'm still gonna have my sleeves rolled. So I need to apply that camouflage to my arm as well. And then with my hands, I have gloves on them to keep them. But if I didn't have gloves on, I would also need to put this camouflage on my hands. Other things that we can camouflage is we have this little wrist compass right here. You can smudge a little bit on to dull the amount of glint that comes off that. With my watch, I'm wearing a watch cover. These are very common. Tons of companies make them. This one is Sterling Timepieces that makes this one. I have it over my marathon watch. That will keep the glint off there. And anything that you have that can reflect, cover it. I did this beforehand. That's like standard mission procedure. Any type of watch faces,
Alright, guys,
crystal faces.
I'm gonna take Vignette out and then I'll be
Don't want to
back.
give away your position with
Enjoy the
glint,
video.
shine or anything like that. Make sure your kit's not making too much noise. Okay, now if you've watched other videos, you know about these camouflaging techniques. But the one thing we're going to talk about now is going to be thermal camouflage. So there are camouflages that can mask your signature more against thermal eyes. So what we have right here is Ralph Camo. This is a very simple camouflage that can be bought by civilians. It's a tarp. It's meant to make into a shelter. But what I've actually done is I've added some zip ties to some of the openings to make it wearable by me. That way I can use it as a poncho while I move. Now, it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to make it more difficult for me to spot, which is the name of the game here, if I need to move. Another point as well, you can see that I have it on the outside of my pack. The reason for that is if you keep these inside your pack, they're going to be cooler than the ambient temperature because they're protected from the sun. Keep these strapped to the outside of your pack so they're closer to ambient temperature. That's going to allow it to get to the ambient temperature faster. That way, these can conceal you that much better. So we're going to go ahead and put this on now. Okay, now that we have a little bit of extra camouflage on us, we can also use this once we get into more of our better height sites. We can better hide ourselves from the enemy. Now, we have to assume that we've been spotted. We've probably still been spotted within our height sites. They're likely sending enemy forces against us. So what we now need to go into is our evasion movement. And we're going to show you some more advanced techniques compared to our last video. Okay, so the first thing we need to do right here is if we have overhead cover, our life's a lot better. Try to stick to these thick vegetations, these thick forested areas with overhead cover. If I look this way, I can see that there's a lot more overhead cover over there. I'm going to stick to this. This also happens to be the direction of some civilization, which we're going to talk about why we're headed there in just a moment. So we're going to move like we're hunting right now. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to make sure that we're watching. We're going to keep our eyes up and looking around. We're going to be as quiet as possible. Start moving. What I'm doing right here is I'm stopping and I'm doing just like what we talked about before. Stop, look, listen, smell. Body armor, gunpowder, gun oil, gasoline, diesel, all those things are going to be big to listen for. Things you can listen for, you can hear it very faintly. A drone, that could be an FPV drone. These are different things we need to be looking for and paying attention to. Okay, we're going to keep moving now. Nice and quiet. Now, as we're moving, we're leaving footprints no matter what we do. It might be invisible to you, but very trackable for the train tracker. Small breaks in branches, crushed vegetation. Now, there's certain vegetation that when stepped upon will spring back up. So this type of area right here is going to delay anybody tracking me just a little bit more. Any types of footprints that you make might look invisible to you, but they're very seeable to a trained tracker. So the first bit of counter tracking advice I have is these types of bushes right here are going to spring up on your footprint, and if you place your footsteps carefully, they're going to conceal your footprints and make it that much more difficult to see. Now, there's a lot of things about walking backwards, having shoe imprints that are backwards. we're not too worried about all that. Right now, we're going to make somewhat
All
of
right.
movements as we're moving
I
through
am
to make
big.
that a little bit more difficult for them. So this is one of our intermediate techniques that we can use. Now, a big thing is we need to be looking for a height site, somewhere that we can settle down, we're able to gather our wits about us, and have good cover from the air. Now, something that can happen to us as we're doing our evasion movement is we could possibly be targeted by an FPV drone. So we're going to demonstrate what to do when an FPV drone, or just any type of drone, makes contact with you once again. Now, as we're moving, possibly being targeted by different types of drones, if we hear those drones coming in to target us, that means we've been spotted. If they're low flying, if we can hear them, there's a good chance they're going to try to blow us up, drop something on us. So we need to, in any case, do our initial invasion movement once again. Sprint, run, get as much of that distance as possible. You can see we're kind of in the open right here, so we're going to go straight for cover. Done our initial movement. At that point, we're going to reset, reconstitute ourselves, make sure we're feeling good, re-update our camo, and continue back to evasion movement, back to finding a good height site. Now, if you've noticed, there have been multiple times when that drone has been circling and it's completely lost us. When we went into our
That's fucking
initial
middle of the
height
night.
site, it lost us. So how
Fine.
a search party works,
It's totally
they're gonna
fine.
go off your last known position, they're going to reestablish signs of what direction you're heading, and they're going to work to flush you out in conjunction with the drone. But in really thick areas like this, it's going to be very difficult for that drone. So once again, we're down to fighting against a ground enemy. So long as we stay within the thicket, we can avoid that drone. So what we need to do is now an intermediate technique for evasion, and it's a simple counter-tracking technique called the J-hook. So what we're going to explain right here is a counter-ambush, counter-tracking movement called the J-hook. So what we're doing is we're moving as we've always been moving, we're changing direction. As I'm moving, I'm trying to find a good height site. I'm trying to find somewhere where I can hold up with good air cover away from drones. As I'm moving, I see it. I'm not going to go directly to it though. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do what's called the J-hook. So I'm going to pass at least 200 meters away from it. I'm going to do a 500-meter swing around back to that, or it could be bigger or it could be smaller, into my height site. Once I'm at that height site I spotted, my tracks are leading 200 meters off of it. I have the perfect vantage point for either an ambush and or to spot that enemy coming in to track me as I'm in a position I'm trying to sleep in, trying to rest in. Gives me all that more time to either kill them or get away. So we're going to demonstrate what that looks like right now. Okay, so I see it right over there. So I'm going to continue. We're going to go 500 meters past it, passing by it right now. Now with drones, you have to realize that if you're just walking out in the open, if you don't have any
Man, you get censored banned and attacked everywhere you go. Matrix the sheep.
aerial cover, the J-hook's going to
And it don't like you?
spot you. So you need to keep that good evasion movement and that good overhead cover. Okay, as you saw from our
It
display,
happens.
you see the big old
It
J-hook we did into our
certainly
height site.
does
So I'm in
happen.
that height site. I have great shrub vegetation all around me. I have great overhead cover. And on top of this, I have a great sight line 1 to 200 meters away from myself. Now, the reason we do that extra gap or even more is because the search parties might not always be in a straight line directly in your track. Sometimes they'll do
It's
a larger
disgusting.
wedge.
I
Sometimes they'll do
agree.
other formations that are better at flushing. So the larger distance we have, the better. But in these tight, hard confines, they're going to be making a lot of noise. It's also going to help give them away. It's like a natural little noise machine. So from right here, I can either let them pass so you can engage them if that's going to work, you think you can take them, or you're going to lay low. Generally, what I recommend is if they're passing by you, they probably don't know your exact location. If they're not looking directly at you, if they're not coming directly for you, they're probably just on your tracks. You know that you have over half a kilometer movement that direction. Once they pass a good distance, you can then pick up, change directions, and continue your movement. Again,
You lost a
only
friend
if you're watching
today?
that, you always should assume
Sorry about
things
that,
were
brother.
observed by the drone. We'll show you what the
It
drone
certainly
itself
does
will look
happen.
like right now.
More and more
Okay, so we set
nowadays.
a smaller drone with the same sensor, a little bit lower, so we can demonstrate something really interesting. So right here, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna shrug off my thermal camo. We're gonna take a look at with and without thermal camo, and we're gonna point out some really interesting things to you. So as you can see, I'm without thermal camo right now. Despite that, with the heat that the trees absorb, with the heat
Un Unfortunately, a lot of people take almost everything personal now. Like, if you in any way, shape, or form counter somebody, they take it as a personal attack. It's quite odd. It is quite the oddity, for sure.
Ништяк, пацаны, сегодня мы кайфуем.
that the ground and the plants absorb, it's actually fairly difficult to spot me. And that's one of the great things about traveling during the day, or especially during thermal crossover. So what thermal crossover is we have dawn and dusk. During those times, there's a lot of weird stuff happening with heat, and it makes it very difficult to detect humans, especially when they're not moving. Movement is going to be the big killer when it comes to thermal. So right here, moving, you got me? Okay, now what we'll do, I'm gonna go ahead, take this thermal poncho, I'm gonna hold it up. How's that look?
Wow.
Where am I at, Todd? Haha. Success. Pretty cool little demonstration, guys. Thermal camo is pretty awesome. When in conjunction with any type of vegetation or overhead cover, it makes you very difficult to spot though. So thermal camo isn't like an end all. It's not going to just make you disappear into thermal, but what it's going to do is make it a little bit more difficult to point you out in certain environments, and in high tide
Saves lives. I agree. Add chat. Sorry. I generally intend to say that earlier. Sneaky breaky.
So as you can see right here, you can see right there, announcing at my location. They're following my tracks. That means that they're passing. They got another 500 meters for that J-hook. At this point, I don't want to engage. It's going to give away my position. They don't know precisely where I am. I'm going to continue undercover. I'm going to get away from this once their sounds have faded. So we're going to wait. Be calm in these situations. They didn't see us. Okay, they're good. We're moving. Quiet. So we just had that death squad coming through. Now, why that was important to show.
Death
They're not wearing
Squad.
thermal camo, they're just wearing normal combat equipment, which is radiating their body heat, as they should. Because of that, they show up very either white hot or black hot, depending on how that thermal sensor is configured. Now, in comparison to our hide sight, using thermal camouflage, using other thermal camouflaging techniques, we appear far less hot. This can make it that much more difficult for a drone operator, even vectoring in their own friendly soldiers onto where they think you are, because of that juxtaposition in heat values. So it's going to be important to use those things that we've been talking about. Now, these techniques also work in many other environments, such as urban. Use the same techniques. Get underground, get within buildings, make it confusing for the drone. In fact, it is incredibly difficult for a drone to operate in hot, humid environments, specifically because that jungle canopy is so dang thick. Use all that to your advantage as much as possible. Very famously, the Afghanis were very good at using rocks in order to conceal their thermal heat signatures when they were fighting us. Again, they have learned a lot from fighting us. So this will make it very difficult to spot. I showed that a little bit earlier. Utilize these techniques. Now here's the thing. We're up here in the mountains, we're traveling through the forest, we're utilizing these techniques, we're evading these squads, we're evading drones. Where are we going? Because we have to assume that we're probably going to be spotted and watched the entire time. They might lose us for a minute, they might regain us, their time on station might switch out, they might switch out drones, so they're probably going to be able to spot us if they're really hunting us down. If you've really been causing a problem for you, they're coming for you. So where do you go?
I used to have a slideshow video years ago. Beignet, please stop. You're tearing up my bed. You're making it dirty. You're scratching yourself. It's not good. Used to have a slideshow video on CD that my father had sent me when he was over in Iraq and Afghanistan. Of him, like, pictures of him in a helo, stuff like that. Pictures of Iraq and Afghanistan, pictures of money, pictures of people, pictures of, random kids running after their unit, stuff like that. It was actually really cool. I do have Afghani money with Iraqi money with Saddam's face on it still, actually. Quite unique. Granted, they change leaders like they change fucking underwear. And every time their leader changes, their money changes. And like all of the money issued previous is fucking useless. It's got a different dictator's face on it. Useless money. It's fucking trash. You can wipe your ass with it. In that country, anyways. But I have a sleeve full of Iraqi and Afghani money and coins and stuff like that. It's true, bro. Once the dictator falls and somebody else takes position, like they print more money with a different face on it, and it just replaces the old money, and the old money's fucking useless. They won't accept it. We're like, that's not ours. It's fucking crazy. We never printed that. You heard India is cheap if the election doesn't go how you might hope. You hope you might move to India and live like a king over there. Oh man. It depends on where. Depends on where. Some places are full of rich Indians, some places are not. Some places are very impoverished. Oh, we were gonna go to Shoreline, but I chose Woods. Four to six, 3 to 6, 3 to 6. So if cultists spawn up north, you get a chance of having significantly less. Curious. That's one of the longest wait times we've had in a long time. Several days at least. That's enough. I see you. I see you. This fucking gun doesn't have a light on it. I'm not sure where I'm at. I think I'm close to Sturman, though. I am. Well, just don't yell. Ugh. If Sturman's up, he'll spot us fairly easily. The moon is shining. Yes, it is. I don't think he's up. He is not up. Players really like to lay down on these rocks right here. Alright, so cultists could be here. Mark circles used to be like halfway decent, but now, like, for the past 3 wipes, they've been dog shit. A waste of your time to even look at them. You find the cultist lore extremely interesting? Oh, a lot of the lore in this game is extremely interesting, but they just don't, like, give it to you in whole pieces, so you have to really pay attention or else you won't really understand it. Right. One item? 2 items? Loops card. Correct. We have a loops card. Which are practically fucking useless right now because Labs is free. At least for the next day. I think it's one more day. Till the 29th. But we are supposed to turn them in. So, like, there's that. I did not bring any water. Thank you. Come again. We're gonna go to military camp, see if we can find a LEDX and some PKs. Raid seems fairly empty. Unless somebody's completely avoiding killing scavs. Which is pretty unlikely. Mostly because it's so hard to do. They'll spot you and start shooting at you. Yeah, that's enough. You know what I mean? Like, I walked right by him. Never saw him. He didn't move until he started shooting me. Incredible. EKs have worn off.
Пацаны, щемить!
Jesus Christ. One tapped. Everybody saw it. Everyone fucking saw it.
Кидай лимонку! Вон он, бля, ебашь его!
We'll take that, and we'll take this for that. Add shot. He just blacked my fucking leg, dog. God damn it. I pressed it too early. And yay. Ah, there you are. Hello, brother. Please stop spinning like that. Gotcha. Yeah, they go. You wanna see a dead body? Don't think this extract is open. Alright, let's go check these crates and then get the fuck out of here. Well, these 3 containers, let's say. 2. It's already looted. Um, Not the greatest raid, but not the worst raid ever. We did get out of the raid, so that's good. Oh, man. Let's go! Um... Do I have a favorite helmet in the game? Not really. But if I had to choose, it would be the Bastion, just because you can put the slap or MVGs on it or both. It's a pretty good helmet. The Bastion slap is it's really good. It's just really fucking good, dog. But like if I had to say, oh, there's one helmet in the game that saves me every time I wear it, yeah, no, there's none. More times than not, I just get shot in the face and it doesn't even hit my helmet. Another day in Tarkov. Derp, yep. Can confirm. Can confirm. Another day in this shithole. Correct. Fixes. I love it. Look at all of these meds, dog. Look at all of these meds. Scav case. Armor repair kits are less than $1 million now. You remember when they were 2 million or something? Yeah, earlier in the wipe, they go for quite a lot of money. Is the way the market goes. Is the way the market goes. That's enough, right? Surely. Yeah. We were going to go there, but we'll just keep going woods. Is the way the market flows. What do I have here? Not bad. Where do I go? We can go lighthouse at night. See if we can kill some bear. Yeah, why not? I do not have a night raid. Let's go back to this. I'm gonna go get some water,
Not back to your base.
and I will be back.
If you can go to some type of neutral population center and to a city and get in there
This wipe,
specifically if you can get into
armor
that
repair
city,
kits have
you're
averaged,
not gonna confuse the
like,
drone with your heat exchanger
early
getting
in the
signal
wipe,
and
they were
getting
averaging about
people.
400k.
What's going to confuse it is
Later
when
in the
you get
wipe, they
into
were
a
averaging
building that
about
has a large population in it,
1.5
change
to
close.
1.8,
And then once
and
you
now they're
exit that
sub,
building, make sure that you change
sub 1
obviously
mil.
appearance as well
They go up
as
and
your
down.
gait, posture,
But later in the
and way
wipe,
that you're
less
behaving.
people use them, it
Because
seems.
gait and posture
Because they have more
are
rubles, they
positive
just
identifiers as
repair
well
their
of
kit
having
with
been tracked
a trader.
by the drones. So become something different. That goes into our urban series. Please watch that. That stuff all works against drones as well. Now we've talked about all that. Let's talk about a couple special considerations here, specifically communications and sustenance. Now let's talk a couple special considerations. First one, if they have a Predator drone, which carries Hellfire missiles, if they really want to strike you with a Hellfire, if they have that capability, they will strike you with Hellfire. You will be evaporated. That's life. That's warfare. You never know if an artillery shell is going to hit you, you're going to get a rocket. We're going to try and do our best to keep ourselves alive. Now, if they don't have those capabilities, because of where they are, because they're low in munitions, then this is all going to work. Just understand the possibility of death is always there. It's war. Now, a couple other things. If you're in an area where you're completely not able to get away, you're in the sand dunes and they have small drones that they're hunting you with, there's probably not a whole lot you can do but stand.
I need a
trying to
nighttime
get
raid.
position and fight against them. The chances
We're gonna wait that out.
outrun them, especially if they have vehicles, is going to be low. If it's all on foot, man, it's going to be a foot race. Same thing goes for the tundra. If you're on the frozen tundras up in the north or south areas of the poles, then you can also do that. Or you
The
can
South
snow
Pole.
cave
There's
if you're able to
nothing
get
down
into
there,
those areas
brother.
to conceal yourself, especially during inclement weather, such as bad snowstorm, and you're able to break that line of sight. Understand that, like I said before, get into that tree line in the tundra, or in the desert, get into those rocky formations is going to be critical to saving your life. Again, we have been fighting people in the desert for a long time, and they've gotten quite good at evading. In fact, the Afghanis very famously would just take a wool blanket and throw it over themselves. Right up here, you can see all these rocky cliffs.
Fair enough.
Again, this makes it very difficult for our pursuers to find us. It makes it very difficult for them to get comms with each other, to get comms with their drones. However, this proves a problem for us as well with our own comms. So if you truly do need to make comms with your people, you're going to have to bring yourself up out of these areas in order to get comms. It's probably one of the most dangerous things you can do, because it exposes you both to drones, to observation by various recon teams, by their military, by whoever. It's dangerous. If you have to make comms, do it. Just understand the massive risk that you do take. And no matter what, the best places to evade are some of the worst places to make comms with. And that's just life. There's not really a way around it. Make comms when you need to. Conserve that electromagnetic energy. Another consideration is going to be sustenance. Obviously, water is going to be very important. You got 2 days and you are messed up, especially evading. After 3
With
days,
water, yeah.
because I've done it. Well, not the death part, but the dehydration exercise through 2 days of evasion. After 2 days, I was practically unable to move. My entire body is cramping up. You need to have water. You need to be getting that water often. You can't really ration water. You can ration your sweat. Try to keep yourself from sweating. They like to say that in survival, if you can be lazy, be lazy. But the thing about evasion, being hunted by death squads and drones, not really a possibility. So from time to time, you're gonna have to come to a water source. The problem with water sources is not just you are going there, animals going there, specifically human beings. Even animals, even deer running away from you could possibly give away your position. But there's a high likelihood, especially on a river like this, that you're probably gonna get seen. Try to stick to small streams if at all possible. But sometimes this is all you can get to. Sometimes this is what you're gonna be able to have. Beggars aren't choosers when it comes to the stuff. In all cases, a river, a stream offers an opening and a canopy, almost always. In the jungle, it's one of the only openings in a canopy that you can reliably count on. Because of that, it's always very dangerous to get water. Now, we talked about getting water in our previous evasion videos. We're not going to talk about that now. But what we can talk about is if there's a likelihood that we are spotted, if you have to. The thing about thermal is that it can't actually see through water. So we're not going to do a predator and cover ourselves in mud because that mud will heat up and you're just going to be seen. However, if I get in this river and I float down and I submerge my body, I can make it that much more difficult for a drone to spot me, especially as I go along the rocks and hide in there as I'm floating down. So we're going to take a look through the thermal as I get into this river and I float for a little bit and have a good time. Now, to be clear, getting into a river, floating down it for thermal camouflage is probably a last case scenario for me because there are going to be people on the river. There's a high chance of being spotted, but there are times when you might have to. There are times when it might make sense. It's another tool for the toolbox. Don't assume this is what I am recommending.
Wow. I didn't realize water would be that good of a cover. I guess I just hadn't thought about it. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. It's very effective for sure.
Drones are not going away. This is going to be a fact of warfare from here on out. If you think this is a fallacy, if you think this isn't real, simply look at any new altercation, any new war, any new conflict that is occurring. Drones are being heavily used. You need to understand them, you need to utilize them, and you need to understand how to evade them. Evasion of drones it comes down to soldiering. It comes down to the most basic soldiering. Keeping the overhead cover, keeping the camouflage on you, moving when you know you're able to, and being as careful as possible. You need to always assume that you're being watched. The difference between practicing these techniques to the utmost of your ability versus being lackadaisical about them could be the difference between getting home to your family, getting home to your kids, to your compatriots that you work with, versus being annihilated by an enemy, versus being captured and tortured horrifically. The point is, it might not seem like the stakes are high right now, but what you need to understand is when you need this information, when you need to have been practicing this, it's all before it actually occurs. What makes America amazing is the fact that concerned citizens can be just as good as trained soldiers at this. That is the American ethos. Be as good as a soldier. Be as practiced as them. In fact, be better than them. Hold yourself to a higher standard because one day your family might just rely on you. Now, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. We have tons more in the survival series. Stay
That's not night. Chat, I think I'm going to call the stream there. It hasn't been too great, but I'm not really feeling it any longer. Maybe it'll be better on Smite. I highly doubt it. I can't even stand to look at the Smite menus, brother. I appreciate you trying, brother. I will be back tomorrow for likely a full stream. I hope everyone has a wonderful afternoon and or night.